Hey everyone, it's Jessica Michaels here. Today I have a fun memory planner spread for you in my Stop the Blur memory planner by Heidi Swab. And I'm starting out by cutting this one large photo into a circle using my nested stitched circle dies. I believe they were by Echo Park. And then I really liked this new film strip die by Arden Creative Studio. So I'm just cutting a couple of those. There's also like an accent piece that you can probably make this interactive if you wanted to and be able to slide the film strip or move it around. I'm not going to make it interactive, but I do like the other piece, so I'm going to end up cutting that out of this paper right here. And I'm also going to cut that other thing that I was pointing at as well and make another interactive element out of that too. So I've got this piece cut. I think this is the end of my die cutting. I just use a spatula, my Cricut spatula, that small one, to get all those little bits off of my cutting mat. That Into the Woods little thing here is what I'm cutting out of that pocket page embellishment. I'm going to use that and I'm going to actually make it into like a photo strip or flip up. And I'm just going to back this with some white cardstock folded in half. So I'll be able to open it up and place two photos in there because I have a lot of photos from these few days as we were on a camping trip. And I tend to take a lot of photos whenever we're camping. So I'm just going to use some thermal web, easy tear tape on most of these because I know that has a super strong hold and it's going to hold up very well in this book when people are flipping through this book and playing with it. So I don't have to worry about that coming back off because it's a very, very strong hold. So I have my little flip up book here. I'm just going to go ahead and trim down my photos and take that white border off them so I can actually place them on. My camera actually quit working at this point. So as you can see, I finished up that little flip up and I also did my stamping on most of my dates here. Just needed to finish off my 2023. I did use some Elle's Studio stamps for all of my dates today with some inks from the stamp market, which are soon becoming my absolute favorite. I love these inks. They really stamp nice. They're kind of like the perfect amount of juice. They're not too juicy, but they're just juicy enough, if that makes sense. I kind of messed that stamp up. I'm actually going to end up covering up because I didn't really like the placement of it anyways. So I'm going to end up grabbing a sticker. I'm actually using the Into the Wild collection, the sticker sheet from that collection anyways, from the Echo Park company, and I'm just going to use the sticker sheet from that, and then you saw that cut apart piece and the pattern paper that I've already used. So that's what I'm using today, along with a whole bunch of stamps from my stash. Most of them are from Everyday Explorers or Layle by Mail or Elle's Studio. So those are the three main companies for stamps that I'm using today. I've got this one here that's just kind of like a tag or like a key fob or keychain. I'm going to use that and just fussy cut it out. I made it yellow with the background stamp. As you can see, I usually rub my new stamps on my hand just to get the oil on there and take off that stickiness of the stamp, because when you get brand new stamps, they're super, super sticky, and when you stamp with them like that, they tend to want to just stick to your paper. So I always rub them on the top of my hand first before using. It just kind of gets them a little bit oiled up and takes that stickiness off. I'm going to go ahead and add some twine to this little keychain and just kind of thread it around my photo that I have printed here. This photo was a large photo that I already had printed, along with the one of my baby girl at the top there with my wallet. I already had them printed out in those sizes, so I just went with the flow there and just decided to use them. I did cut this one down quite a bit because it had just a lot of background noise on it that wasn't necessary in this book. I could have actually drug that out clear to the top, but I ended up just cutting it down and just keeping it close on us. And then I'm just going to thread this twine around here and tape it down on the back side. And then again, use my easy tear tape in that 1/2 inch size to go ahead and tape this down to my spread here. So I'm just going to tape down all these elements. I'm going to be fast forwarding some of this because you don't have to watch me taping down every single thing and removing all of this adhesive. So after I get this one stuck down here, I'm going to continue on this spread. Again, I have all my dates stamped on there. I used Ellie's Studio stamps for that. I'm going to go ahead and cover up that stamp that I don't like at this point. I'm just going to put my circular photo down, and then I'm going to use this little signpost to cover up most of that stamp. On the other side of the page, I have an acrylic piece, and it does create some dimension in your book, so it is a little bit hard to stamp when you have stuff like that in there. I try not to do that a lot, but I do really like the look of acrylics in these books, so I just kind of have to put something underneath there. Like I have my foam mat underneath there, but I need to find something else a little bit more cushiony to make it all even when I'm trying to stamp, and sometimes it just doesn't come out very good. So either that, or another tip, I guess, that you could do is just stamp onto a piece of cardstock and then just tape that into your book instead, or kind of like fussy cut out the stamp so it looks like an embellishment. So that's probably what I'll end up doing next time I want to stamp where there's an acrylic piece behind it. So I've got my interactive element on there now. That photo that I have on the 9th, that's kind of like my only photo from that day, other than like that's the day we came home from camping. So I still have some camping photos from that day. That's what the photo strip is. Kind of carries over from Saturday and Sunday. So the photo of the, it's actually like a cheeseburger crescent roll ring. I'm actually going to end up taking that off and not even putting it in here. My kids or anyone who's looking at this is not going to care if that's on there or not, or what I made, but it was pretty cool. It was the first time I made it, and it's actually become kind of like a staple in our house. We absolutely love it. If anybody wants the recipe, let me know. I have it on Pinterest. I'll pop it in the comments for you if you want it. So just ask me if you want the recipe, but it's actually very good, and it's just something that has become a regular thing in our house. And this was my first time actually making it. This is from back in 2023, so I'm actually pretty far behind in these memory planner books, but I shouldn't say I'm like really far behind because I skip around a lot. So I actually have a spread from 2025 done, and I just tend to skip around and kind of do whatever week inspires me. So that's kind of how this project is going. And this actually is this is the last one in this book, and this will finish off this book. This is one of the smaller Stop the Blur books by Heidi Swapp, so I think it only has like 5 or 7 weeks in it, but this is the last spread in this particular book, so I was super happy about being able to get this one finished up. And that's kind of how I chose what I'm going to work on tonight. Is I grabbed this book and I'm like, oh well, this one only has one left to do. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it and get this one done. So then I just grabbed that Call of the Wild, or Into the Wild collection, I think it's called, by Echo Park, and I grabbed that sticker sheet and the little collection pack and just kind of went to town with it. So this one comes together very, very easily. This little film strip's almost done. I'm just gluing that down and getting that accent piece kind of the way that I wanted it. I think you're supposed to use it the other way. I don't think it really matters. You can use it on a horizontal layout as well if you don't want it vertical, but in this case, my photos were all vertical, so it went perfectly with the photos that I already had printed. I didn't have to reprint anything. I already had this collage pre-printed from my little Canon selfie printer, so I didn't have to worry about reprinting anything. That's a good day for me. I do love my little Canon selfie printer, but I don't like getting it out. I mean, it's okay. It's just small, but I always keep it stored in my case, so I have to get it out every time and then put it back away. That way it stays organized. So if I don't have to reprint photos, it's a good day for me. I have some more stamps coming in at this point. I added that little Gone Camping and ditched my crescent roll photo there, as you see, and I'm going to add some stamping around that. I really like, there's like a little mountain stamp in this one stamp set. I think it's either Layle by Mail or Everyday Explorers. I get them confused because the stamps sometimes look very similar or kind of like a similar feel. So I just kind of keep them all together and keep them all in like an adventure bin. And I just really like the little mountain stamp. So it might even be Studio Calico. I don't know. Who knows what I'm talking about? I'll look and I'll try to list it down below if it's Studio Calico. But I've got my Stamp Market inks here. I'm just alternating between the Dijon yellowish orange color, black, forest is the green one, and then there's a blue one. I think it's, I can't remember the name of the blue one, but again, I'll list all this down below in the description in case you want to grab anything from anywhere. No affiliate links today, nothing like that today. This is just for fun for me. I really love working this memory planner, and it's a really great way for me to use up embellishments and actually use some of my stash. I've got a canvas flare that I'm using today as well from Scrap and Happy Studio, so I'm going to pop that on there on day 5 here, and I'm finishing up that day on day 8. The film strip looks really cool on here. I really love how that came out, and that's definitely something that I will use again in here because the sizing is just perfect for these little memory planner spreads. The format that I'm going to be moving to, I actually bought a happy planner for use in 2025 and going forward, and I'll have to do it after my one spread that I already have done for January, but I'm gonna start using that happy planner, and that would be a really great thing to use in there because I believe it's a vertical design, so I think each day takes up a column rather than a row like this one does, so it'll be a little bit of an adjustment for me, but I'm kind of looking forward to the change and just seeing how the different format works with my style and with my photos and how I print them. So we'll see if it works out or not. I'm still using the sticker sheet from this collection. I've got quite a bit used up, and here's how the finished spread turned out. If you guys like this kind of content, please let me know by leaving me a comment. That way I know to keep making these videos for you, and I'll get back into this project more. So give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please do so. It helps me out. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.